Hi everyone. So today's topic is about creating your own personal brand. It's because when we think about branding, we always think about those big companies or actually mainly companies. But no, brands belong to you, to each and every one of you. I'm a brand, you're a brand, you are a brand, every one of us is a brand. So how do we actually create a brand? Stay with me, I'm going to tell you right now. So what does actually branding mean? So branding is actually no longer what we tell other people. It's what other people tell about us when we're not in a room. So think about it from the side that a company now doing some advertisement and they telling a certain story in that advertisement. We listen to the story, we proceed in a certain way, so we decide, okay, I'm going to buy it or I'm not going to buy it. If we decide that we're going to buy it, we go and we purchase it, and then the way we experience the service, the product, everything around it, that's how what we're gonna get out of it, and that's what we're gonna actually go and tell other people. So if we had a bad experience, we're not gonna tell the story that they told us. We're gonna say, oh, like it was a bullshit thing, I bought it, it wasn't working as they said. So I actually destroyed their story because their story was not accurate, right? And that's why we need to make sure that we are the one who's telling the story about our personal brand. But we need to also remember that people perceive it in different ways. That's why we need to make sure that we're telling the story the right way to the right people so they can get the right message out of it and help us to promote us, right? And it doesn't matter, again, if you are a business owner or entrepreneurs, we are, each and every single one of us is a brand. And even off the side, so let's say you don't have your own company, but you want to have new friends, you want to meet new people. You started now in a university and you want to meet new people. The way you tell the story about yourself is how people will perceive you, and then they will decide, do I want to be his friend? Yes, no. Can I actually study with him to exams? Yes, not. It's all about that connection that we do. So think about what do you want to tell them. And one of the nice exercises I actually give to do in my online course about branding, that's going to be a link this side here, and also in the comment below, because I give one of the chapters, so you're going to see it as I said here, and also do like workshops. But one of the exercises I give, and I'll give it to you to do as well, is go and ask other people, friends, colleagues, family, which brand they think you are. For example, a friend of mine gave me once that I'm Coca-Cola because Coca-Cola is very bubbly with my energy and it's a very mainstream, rich to everyone. And it was a nice way to see what she thinks about Coca-Cola, but also what she thinks about me, that I'm the kind of person that's got lots of energy and can reach out to everyone. So go ask and see how people actually perceive you. If they actually read and heard the story the way you were telling it. And if they tell you things that it's exactly what you were trying to tell them, that's amazing. Well done. But if not, and there is a gap, try to understand where the gap is coming from. Is it maybe because they perceive you way better than what you perceive yourself? That means that you actually need to go and do some work on yourself and improve yourself because they see how amazing you are, so why cannot you, right? But if the gap is that you see yourself amazing, what do you mean? I'm perfect, I'm awesome, but they don't see you, there is a gap and you need to work on it and you need to improve it. So always bear that in mind, and that's why it's a nice exercise to do. So do it. If you want to share, you can put it in the comment below and tell me the story. So when you tell the story, you need to think about that every single thing you do in your life will impact that story. So think about it from the side that I'm, for example, a lawyer, and I'll come to the office wearing leggings. How people will perceive me? They won't see it as serious as I'm supposed to, right? And if I'm not gonna tell them stories and cases in law, they won't perceive me as an expert in that field, right? So they won't want to work with me. There's a difference if they will see me in the afternoon and they will see me jogging and they see, okay, I've got a nice healthy life routine. But if they will see me in the office in a certain way with the small things that I'll do, they won't perceive me as I want to. So that's why we need to remember that every single thing we do will impact and help us to define our brand as a personal brand. And one thing I like to use in life, there is a nice formula saying event plus reaction equal to the outcome. Events will always happen in our life. It doesn't matter if it's like, for me, for example, it was something that happened in my life that someone close to me died. that got me to a place that I had two options in my life. I can either cry and boohoo and feel sorry for myself in my life, or I can actually lift myself up and say, I'm gonna live life to the fullest and I'm gonna do what's right for me. And that's one of the things that actually pushed me to do my own thing and to do something like this, like a YouTube channel. So events will always happen. How we react to them will lead to the final outcome. And think about it from another angle. Let's say there is a traffic now. You got two people sitting in traffic. One will be grumpy and moaning about it. The other one will be super chill, chatting on the phone, maybe even reading a book, doing something fun. Both of them will arrive home, and one, because he's grumpy, he's gonna take all his anger out of his friend, housemate, wife, whatsoever. Versus the other one that will be super chilled and laughing and in a good mood. How do you want your day to end, right? That's also part of it. How do you want people to perceive you? If you want to be perceived as the person that is very optimistic and fun and light, you need to make sure that you react like this to most of the events in your life. Because if you're not, if you're going to be grumpy out of nowhere, people will say, that's like, what? No, like, we don't want something to do with someone like that, right? So think about it. And because life is a journey, events will always happen. Either if we want them or not, it's out of our control. So the way we react to them will eventually lead to the final outcome, which will eventually will be part of the story that we're telling. And if you think about like politicians and celebrities, when they die, during their entire life, they were telling a story. And it wasn't matter if they died young or old. They was telling a story about who they are as people. Because eventually, like, especially if you look at some of celebrities, a lot of them are just influencers. You buy from them, you follow them because you like that personality. There's something in them that you feel a connection to. And that's what you're trying to build with your brand, a connection. By telling your story, you're building a connection. But even when they die, the stories you keep on telling their story. Other people keep on telling the stories. And that's why we need to remember that brand is not a project. It's an ongoing thing. You're always working on it. And even when you're gone, other people will keep on working on it. They will still tell stories about you, right? If you're a grandfather or a grandmother, when you die, the grandchildren, they will tell a story about you to their children. It's going to be an ongoing thing. It's always there. So we always need to bear in mind, what's the story we want to tell? What do we want people to feel connected? Because each and every one of us is very unique and special. And that's why, like, for example, I don't like the word competition, because there's no such thing. We all bring something different to the table. So one brings his personality, which is like very bubbly and fun and smiling on the top. And one actually bring a personality that is very serious, very analytic. So if someone is very, for example, analytic, he won't necessarily feel a connection to someone that is more like a creative and going with the flow. It will feel more connection to someone that is actually analytic as him, right? And that's why every little thing we do in our life will define us and bring the right people to us and the connection. So if you are building your brand, and we all building our brand, make sure that you're building it the way you want people to precede you, and make sure that they're telling the story the way you want it to be told, right? So go do it. Good luck with your journey, and let's keep on staying amazing brands, because all of us are awesome.